Now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Hey!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Oh, got him!
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Hey, we're good.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Hey, check.
And they'll go on the ground. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Move.
The hug. 180.
He's coming.
Lucky 50.
We got double up.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
3rd and inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Here we go.
Double tight. 4 down.
Let's 50.
Hey, watch edge. 41, Mike. 41.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
Ringo.
We got 4.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins.
Get wide.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40.
Back 22.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Down. Green the line.
On first down, Watson looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Black 99 Philly. Red. Blue 80. Blue 80.
Here's Watson.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Down. Blue 80.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
The big boys came out to play. I've been here, brother. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more coming.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Out of the gun, Watson. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake, because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Two. Ringo.
Check.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Lets it fly for Thielen. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Tight end right.
Pacer.
3 down.
Wide.
Back.
Lucky 50.
Mike 51.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Double tight. 3 down.
To Hunt. 180.
Whip.
Hey, Oscar. Ringo.
Alert 3.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Open man is Uzama. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Stop right there.
Lucky 50.
Hey. 4 down.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Go.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rhino!
Bunch set. Eyes up. Bunch set.
To hot. 180. 300.
Come on.
Second down, Cousins.
Switch.
Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Feel that.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
Liz 50.
Check three.
Where's the hot?
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here we go, huh?
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it first and 10.
All right, now here we go, oh.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. 4 down. Check safety.
Rhino!
Mike.
The first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
He's crashing.
Liz 50, here we go.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. The left side caught by Diggs. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The first grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
43's
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
The hot. 180.
4 down.
Liz 50.
Kill.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Let's go, fellas. We got
An
4 down.
interesting
Let's go.
and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Yellow.
Mike's 43. Mike's
Pacer. Rhino.
It's going to be a long.
On third down, Cousins. And it's caught. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's where you belong.
And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's Cousins on the sneak. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Carlson now to kick this one away.
You got juke, son. He took you to school.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now out comes Houston. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Watson on first down.
Blitz.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route.
Here they come.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Check the backer. Check the backer.
Black 99 Philly. Red, green, the line.
On first down, it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Watkins. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw. Good for 4. It's second down.
Hot, hot, hot! Hot, hot, hot! Boom! Yeah, baby!
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Red, black 22, black 22.
54.
Hot.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Point after here coming up. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
First.
Check.
Two. Wide.
Watch out.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this one caught by Max Williams.
Outside Cousins.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
This thing ain't over yet. This thing ain't over.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Switch.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Reset.
4 down.
Red, green the line.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Run.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
All day.
I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Two jet. Two jet.
We got 4.
From the gun on third, Watson.
Crash. Down. Crash.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw is Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
4 down.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Black 99 Philly.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Joker, 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 Joker.
Red. Green the line. Green the line.
On second down, here's Watson. On the screen, Bernard. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Tight end right. Hey, guys.
Set. Green the line. Green the line.
Out.
From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up 1st and 10.
4 down.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Wide, wide.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Lucky 50. Liz 50. Here we go.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. Able to avoid him at the 40. And they finally get to him, but not before he's past the 45 to the 46-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Watson now to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Tiger. Set. Blue 80.
Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. This is Gordon on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Two jet.
Watson operating from the gun. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
4 down.
Set. Black 22.
Now Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Tiger, tiger, tiger. Red, black 22. Black 22.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you've got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Set, black 22. Black 22.
Again, Gordon on 2nd and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
We got double tight.
Richmond. Set, blue 80. Blue 80.
Here's Watson on the sneak, and he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 down. 4
List 50. Here we go.
6 guys.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yellow, ready, sit in there. Yellow. List 50, here we go. Say hi. What is it?
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howell. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set, black 22. Black 22.
After the interception, here's Watson. That is caught at the 7. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Set, blue 80. Blue 80.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans turn that interception into a touchdown. So the offense starts that reverse, looks like all the action, it's going that way. Then the reverse, and it was like the Red Sea parted.
Did your eyes go the same place mine did?
Yes, they did.
To where we thought
Yep.
the action was going. And then we had to reverse course, too, just as the runner did, and come back the other way. He was wide open after that play.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He's tight on the right, tight on the right. 4 down.
Ringo.
Check. 4 down, 4 down.
And they'll go on the ground.
Check 9.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Tight end to the right, boys. Tight end to the right. Move. 3 down.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a 1st down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
Now a handoff looking right, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Gun.
Watch twist.
Lucky 50.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
Tight end left.
2.
Hey. We got 3. 3 down.
Ringo.
Check 43.
Liz 50.
Kill.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins powers ahead at the 45. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
34. Eyes on 34.
Black play.
Hey. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
Lucky 50. The hut.
A 1st down throw for Cousins.
Bang.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Every day.
Nice pick.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Hey.
Back 22.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Black 99 Philly.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Tight ends on the Lucy.
Down. Green the line. Green the line.
Check.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter in there to make the play. It'll be a loss of 14, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And taken right at the 35. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
4 down, 4 down.
Ringo.
No. Off.
And they'll run it here. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins now on 2nd down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
4 down.
Hey, green the line. Green the line.
Check.
They'll begin here with Bernard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Black 22.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he powers his way up past the 30. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Even. 56
This is Gordon as they go to him again. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
Tiger. Down. Blue 80.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3 down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Four down. Four down.
Red, green the line, green the line.
Again, here's Bernard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Hey, hey, hey.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now Bernard. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. The Texans send the punter out, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Single. Here we go.
Cousins. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Yellow, ready, sitting there. Yellow.
43's the mic. 43.
Yellow. You don't know no better. Lucky 50.
Switch.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Down. Black 22.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Texans, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.